played that in any bar in any city in the world, you wouldn't have to be Casablanca. I think people would know that was intended to be Sweet Home Alabama. And there are so many twists and turns in this song, you could write a book about it, 100 books, right? But from the very first muted, I think most people would know what it is. You know, so it's a D chord, but we're going, and then a C, and a G. So it's using what are sometimes disparagingly called the cowboy chords, right? But they're used in such a brilliant way that it doesn't matter. The twists and turns are numerous. All these licks are in it. Now if we just stick with the opening, we've got this muted to the C, to G. We get that. But when that bit's going, one of the other guitars goes, and then the first guitar goes and does these pull-offs. So this is like harmonised with, and then a D, much like Mick Taylor in Deadfellas. D, E to D. And then this little squeak. So you pull the second fret, and then just get a lot of harmonic. Now you can search for a harmonic wherever you want. You know. Right. I quite like the nulls off them. Those sort of chiming ones. So I'm into the song, right? There are so many twists and turns in this song, you could absolutely write a book about it, you know. And another harmonic. There's loads of these little bits with the tremolo bar as well. That's like a chromatic. I mean, down on that low G. When we get to Ed King's solo, it's just absolutely fantastic. It's just a beautiful solo. There have been many discussions over the years, you know, does it fit to play it in like, you know, D major 5 note or G? A lot of these notes are common. This is not the time or place for that discussion, because I'll tell you what the notes are that he played, and then if you want you can say, well, that makes it whatever, right? And we can do that too. But the idea is, you know, it's the song in G because we've got a 1, 4, 5, but it starts on the D, right? So comes to Ed King's solo, which is absolutely fantastic. Now I just started to learn this solo yesterday afternoon. I've heard the song 10,000 times, and I've heard probably 500 bands have a pop at this. But it was only yesterday, so what I'm saying is I've heard it, it's been in my head for, you know, most of my life. And I saw Lynyrd Skynyrd play live at Liverpool Empire when I was very young. It was the version that just had Alan and Gary on guitar. Didn't have Ed King, didn't have Steve Gaines, right? It was the middle version. And they were fantastic, and there's this wall of PV combo amps. So, after 2 verses, when it gets to Ed King's solo, he starts off with, starting the 15th fret. And that's your initial lick. Now this is probably quite strange, quite unusual, distinctive. You know, if we're saying, you know, we're coming off a G major tonality of that, right? Because this is a tonic, but we're bending it to a 9th. So, you know, let's forget the technicalities and just go 15th fret, push it a tone. There's not no vibrato, but there's not a lot. It's not, you know, but it's not. It's like, there's a little bit of juice on that note. And that's really snapped. Right? Next line, there's 2 ways to play it. It's probably more, but So it's a chromatic. So you could go 12, 11, 10, or you could go, which is 16 on the G string, 16, 15, 14, or you want to stay in one position. Alright? Entirely up to you. When you play in that position with the flat 5, there is a tendency or the possibility of letting these notes clash. Right? But if you isolate them, right? We then get that phrase, right? So far we've got and that note's got a harmonic snap in it. Right? Next line is right. So the first part of it slides up to the 14th, and then we've got that bend again, but without the harmonic. Right. So first time we got, and then right. So far we've got. That's 3/4 of the solo done. Bend of the G. There's your harmonic, squeak. Then, and that's very much teased out. And then a chromatic. So this is going 12th, 13th, 14th on the D string. And then just bend the A string. Right? Right? We finish off by going. Now, I can show you the notes, but I can show you different places to play them. I would do this. Jump. That's how I would do it, and the reason is I don't really like soloing off the low strings. I like it much better off the higher strings down the neck. So right, the notes are exactly the same. So you bend the B note, then play a G, and then play a D, and then a little chromatic. And you can do it the second time with the bar, like that if you want. I think I think what Ed King did is right. Now, without jumping about the neck, you would go. I'll have to play it from the top. This time you'd go. You see how that's got far less jumping about in my hand, and this time we play the B here. So it's exactly the same notes. So we've still got B bent, G, D, and then we've got that note which is a D, C sharp, D. So that's really up to you where you want to play it. I would jump it because I like. I'm jumping down to play a bit and do it like that, right? So whole solo, really slowly. The hard bit, I find with this, I mean it's a fantastic solo, is that a lot of the licks are similar. It's really easy to get them out of sync, right? So don't worry if you do that, because I'm doing that all the time. So So that's it. Ed King's Beautiful Soul from Sweet Home Alabama.